Jackson again. We're going to talk about the worst role players. This one's about the rules lawyer. Now, the rules lawyer is very similar to the stat blocker, but we're just going to focus on the rules lawyer. Now, first of all, the name rules lawyer, we got rules, but it ends with lawyer, and we know how we feel about lawyers. The rules lawyer tends to ruin the game simply by interrupting and correcting everyone on what the rules should be or shouldn't be in any given situation. Now, the rules lawyer, for good, is a wealth of information. They can quote everything in a book, every reference. They know exactly which particular book to look for information. They can find rules on suffocation and drowning, poisons, exhaustion, and not eating and weight allowances and things of that nature. And if you're playing with those kind of details, the rules lawyer is really going to help your game out. And as a game master, you want this rules lawyer to be on your side because they are a very good reference. They are like the perfect appendix N for anybody at the game and anybody at the table. But the bad part about the rules lawyer, as we all know, is that the rules lawyer tends to correct everyone on how everything is to run. And as a game master, that can be kind of annoying because you're presenting a situation, you're presenting a spell effect, creatures are involved, you're getting the players together, and the rules lawyer tends to interrupt and kind of dismantle what you're trying to create. So, for example, you may say, okay, the players, guys, you enter a room and there's a glow coming from the ceiling, and the rules lawyer is like, okay, is it dancing lights? Is it a daylight spell? Is it a light spell? Can I dispel it? What level is it? And they're going into these kind of details, and all you're really trying to do is describe a scene. You haven't even gotten into the nitty gritty of rolling the dice and the other characters who may not be as familiar with the rules are now being given options that may not even be necessary given the situation. Now, to control the rules lawyer, my suggestion as a game master is to give them a job. Like hiring a lawyer, you want your lawyer to do things for you that you do not know how to do or cannot accomplish considering the situation. For example, earlier I said about starvation and weight allowances, carrying capacities, and suffocation. The rules lawyer is good for that. And if you can get the rules lawyer to make that their job to subtly allow them to express their complete knowledge of the game and the system and use it for those purposes to enrich the game, that's great. But many times you're going to have to shut the rules lawyer down. You may have players that are new to the game. You may have veteran players that really have no reason to want to get into that much detail, and it can really slow things down. And so in the beginning, you're going to have to be subtle about it. Hey, guy, or excuse me, young lady, um, let's not get into that much detail now. Let's get an overview. And usually, what I do is in my overview, especially when describing a scene, I start large and grow smaller and shrink the scene down. And that way, it gives me time, just in case I don't really have the rules in my mind. I kind of know what they're going to expect, but the rules lawyer is going to really find those little details that you're not sure you're going to encounter. And so when describing a scene, I usually start large. Here's the mountainside, here's a giant room, it's nighttime and you hear bugs and I start large. You crest the hill, you see the large city, and I start to shrink it down a little bit. All right, maybe it's the city. Now you see the city gate. Now you see the guards and the people entering into the city. Okay, and then the rules lawyer starts to go into, well, do I see this? Hey, I'd like to roll for that. Um, Eventually, you can learn from the rules lawyer and expect questions. And by learning from the rules lawyer, you can anticipate what those next questions were. Perception checks, rules on, like I said, starvation and drowning and suffocation. You'll know those things ahead of time and anticipate them, and you can learn from the rules lawyer. But as a game master, you really want to shut the rules lawyer down if they are preventing and slowing down the pace of combat and or descriptive elements in your game. The rules lawyer can really slow the pace of the game down to a halt almost as they start to spout out every single rule and look up every permutation of every die roll. The thing that's going to help you out as a game master is have dice ready, and always the one thing the rules lawyer never ever ever quotes is the part that fun surpasses all the rules. Throw the dice away, throw the rules away. If it's not fun, don't do it. The game master has the absolute right to alter any rule they need to in order to make the game more fun. And so therefore, if you can find that chapter, get the rules lawyer to quote that for you, and you're done. Thank you very much.